Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel and happy new year. So today I'm going to be doing my beauty favorites for 2023, sharing everything that I loved that was a new release in 2023. I've got quite a lot of stuff to get through, so I'm going to get through it very quick. A lot of these things I've already done reviews on, so I'm not going to be going in depth to every single thing, otherwise we'll be here forever. Like I always like to do, I'm going to start off with base products, which is foundation. So I'm going to start off with obviously my favorite one of the year, which is the reformulated Lancôme Teint Idôle Ultra Wear Foundation. My shade is in 335W. This is a up to 24-hour wear foundation, medium to full buildable coverage, stays in place all day. I've pretty much half finished it. I absolutely love it. It gives a nice naturally matte look to the skin and it doesn't fade throughout the day and look awful. I absolutely adore this. My second favorite is the KVD Beauty Good Apple Serum Foundation. This is a full coverage foundation, very full coverage. I'm actually wearing it on my face right now. My shade is in medium 039. Why I love this so much is because of the fact that it is a serum type of foundation, so it doesn't have that heavy feel of other full coverage ones, so it glides on really nicely and a little bit goes a really long way. It still makes your face look absolutely flawless, but without that cakiness of a heavy foundation, and it lasts and lasts up until I remove it at night. This is the Gucci Beauty Éternité de Beauté 24-hour breathable foundation. This one has got a luminous matte finish. My shade is in 260W medium fair. This is another full coverage foundation, and again I like that whole kind of matte look to the skin, but still luminous matte means that it's like your skin but better, because completely matte is not what natural skin actually looks like. Now this one is another long wearing foundation. The quality is excellent. Obviously this is a high-end foundation which you're not used to seeing from me, so I was actually pleasantly surprised with how good this is. 2023 was definitely the year of serum foundation, serum concealers, serum this, serum that, skincare within your makeup, etc. Foundations that were steadily released throughout the year very much had that serum sort of natural skin but better kind of vibe to it. And with that I bought a couple of foundations. Now bear in mind, because I've got textured skin, I generally tend to stay away from serum types foundations because I find that they emphasize the texture on my face, because a lot of the time they've got like luminous particles in it as well to add to that kind of glowy serum sort of look. However, quite a few brands this year did this kind of foundation really well. One of them is the Maybelline Super Stay 24-hour skin tint. My shade is in number 23. So this one is a medium coverage foundation with a slight luminous glow, but again, because they say it is 24-hour skin tint, it definitely does last throughout the day up until I remove it at night. So at the same time I get that nice luminous medium coverage, but it also remains on the face without gliding around, slipping and making me look greasy. One of the big foundation releases of the year was the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation. My shade is in NC20. This is another one that gives light to medium coverage with that natural glow to the skin. It is definitely a lot more glowy than other ones. I didn't personally find that it accentuated any texture on my face, which is great. Very long wearing. Great for the summer months also when you don't want to apply that much foundation to your face, but at the same time you want to glow without looking sweaty. This one is great. Another high-end foundation that I bought this year is the GIVENCHY Prisme Libre Skin Caring Matte. This may have actually come out towards the end of the year or the beginning of the year. However, I bought mine midway through the year. The shade of mine is 4-W280. This one is obviously called Skin Caring because it has skincare ingredients. But despite the fact that it contains so much skincare, it still managed to retain a nice naturally matte look to the skin. This one has medium coverage and really evens out the face, making me look like I barely have any foundation on at all. I absolutely love this. Sleek makeup. I mean, I didn't even realize it was still around until I came across this foundation, to be honest. This one was the In Your Tone 24-hour foundation. My shade is in 4W. Now, this one is another medium coverage foundation. Again, it really nicely evens out the skin and lasts up to 24 hours. Moving on to concealer, I didn't actually buy that many concealers this year purely because I was so in love with the one that I bought earlier on in the year, which I believe came out towards the end of 2023, is the KVD Beauty Good Apple Serum Concealer. I'm using it on my under eye area right now and my shade is in medium 129. Again, with the same sort of coverage that you get with the foundation and the same sort of texture. Serum yet full coverage, so very lightweight, yet at the same time it covers every single blemish mark, dark circle, whatever you've got going on your face without that heavy kind of feel. I use it on my under eye area. It doesn't crape, it doesn't go patchy, it doesn't settle within the lines under my eyes, it doesn't crease. I absolutely love this. I've nearly finished it. A new concealer launched this year was the GloWish by Huda Beauty Bright Light Sheer Concealer. I've got them in 2 shades because neither match me perfectly, but when I mix them together I get the perfect under eye shade. So this is, the darker one is in the shade 04 Light Medium, and the lighter shade is in 02 Fair Light. Very, very lightweight, light coverage concealer for those days when you want to have no makeup. Once you set it, it doesn't crease or budge throughout the day. I absolutely love this because it is so naturally lightweight. Sticking with the whole kind of concealery sort of theme, Huda Beauty released her first ever faux filter color corrector to go with the faux filter concealer line, which is so popular. I'm personally a big fan. I bought mine in the shade Peach. This is great for people that want to color correct their face, that want to neutralize certain areas where they've got hyperpigmentation, post-inflammatory pigmentation, dark marks under the eyes. This one has great coverage and it doesn't go patchy. As long as you pat it on those areas and remember to let it dry, then you can go in with your base products on top afterwards. The problem with some people is they don't let it dry, then it mixes in with the makeup and turns orange. As long as you make sure that it's dried down properly, this will not disappoint. It literally evens out your skin to perfection. Now what? Now what? Oh, again, Huda Beauty, the GloWish by Huda Beauty Blur Jam Silicone Free Smoothing Primer. This is great for people that want to have matte skin. When you first apply it, it feels like a very cooling kind of skincare product, and you guys, honestly, it mattifies the skin immediately, perfectly. It doesn't mess up your sunscreen and it also doesn't mess up your makeup. So it's great for, especially in the summer months when you find that your foundation is getting oilier faster because you're so hot. If you apply this, it will keep everything matte and in place all day. It's an excellent, excellent primer. Got one brow product that came out in the UK at the beginning of the year. It's the Maybelline Tattoo Brow Styling Gel. So this is a tinted styling gel. My shade is in, doesn't actually say my shade on here, not very useful, but I'll put it in the info bar below. Basically, it is completely tinted and it is a gel at the same time. So for those of you that are in a hurry in the morning, you can rub this through your eyebrows, quickly style it with a spoolie or a brush, and then it literally sets and you are good to go. It doesn't rub off, it doesn't move. I think that this is up to 36 hours, and oh my god, you guys, it's very difficult to remove. You have to use an oil-based makeup remover to remove this. This is an excellent, excellent brow gel, and the fact that it's tinted means that you get the color as well as the hold. Let's move on to bronzer. Only one bronzer I purchased this year, and this is from Too Faced. This is the Chocolate Soleil Longwear Matte Bronzer, and it contains 100% natural cocoa powder, which you can tell from the smell. It's great, you guys. I'm so glad that I bought this towards the end of 2023. I use it to contour my face. I use it to bronze up my face as well. It is completely matte, no shimmer in it whatsoever. Perfect for my light medium skin tone. The quality is absolutely excellent. Very, very finely milled, very soft, and gives a great amount of color which lasts all day. Only one blush, which shouldn't be a surprise. I've shoved this down your throats ever since I bought this. This was the viral blush that came out this year from Too Faced because it was the year of Barbie. This is the Cloud Crush Blurring Blush in the shade Candy Clouds. It's basically a bright bubblegum pink. Again, great quality as this one is as well. Too Faced came out with a lot of decent face products this year, I've noticed. This is a very finely milled bubblegum pink shade, completely matte, great for all skin tones, great for all skin types, especially if you've got oily skin, textured skin. This doesn't accentuate the face, lasts all day on the face, and it looks amazing. One setting powder that I bought this year, which is new, which is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatch Pressed Brightening and Setting Powder. My shade is in Banana Bread, so it looks like this. I've been using this almost every day. This is a little bit darker than the Banana Bread loose setting powder, and it has got a slight luminosity to it, but because I wear so much matte makeup on my face, it generally does not interfere with anything else on my face and make me look shiny. Now, it does not last up to 12 to 24 hours like other powders do, but because I use such a light amount of dusting, it doesn't even really make that much of a difference, but I find that it sets my face beautifully, so I've been very happy with this year. Got 3 highlighters for you guys, and 2 of them came out at the beginning of the year from Charlotte Tilbury. These are the Glow Glide Face Architect highlighters. This is in the shade Pillow Talk Glow, and this one is in the shade Champagne Glow. You can probably tell that I've used Pillow Talk Glow more. No reason other than I just happen to pick it up more. That doesn't mean that one is better than the other. This one is a gorgeous kind of pale pink shimmery shade, and this one is more golden apricot kind of peachy kind of gold. Great quality, high shine, metallic, not glittery, long lasting. I love it. Now, I can't lie, the one that I've definitely loved the most this year is this one from Too Faced, more so because I bought those in like January, and I bought this in the summer and I've already hit pan on this. This is the Too Faced Moon Crush Out of This World highlighter, and it's in the shade Shooting Star. This is a gorgeous golden ivory shade. I'm using it right now to highlight my face. Very, very high shine, metallic, long wearing, long lasting. But what I love most about this is that it's got such a buttery soft texture which glides over the face and doesn't emphasize any texture on my face either. It's absolutely excellent. I'm really, really happy that I bought this year. A couple of eyeshadow palettes that I bought. I didn't buy as much as I normally do, and I'm actually quite proud of myself. So well done, Charlene, well done. So the Huda Beauty Pretty Grunge eyeshadow palette is definitely a favorite of the year. Ever since it came out, it's been a favorite every single month because it's been in my favorites videos. You guys will remember that my palette is completely broken from the top. I ended up getting it completely free, so I suppose I can't complain. Looks like this. It is her first ever fully neutral eyeshadow palette. Great quality mattes, shimmery shades, different types of textures. I absolutely love this for creating sexy glam makeup looks, going out looks, great for office looks and kind of like workday kind of events as well. It's a great quality palette. Another one from Huda Beauty is this Warm Matte Obsessions palette. I actually got this free from Huda Beauty. The reason I didn't buy it was because I already own so many warm tone palettes. So I was like, I don't need another one, but if you're giving it to me for free, I'm not exactly going to say no. But I can't lie, ever since I've got it, I have used it every single month. It is basically full of warm toned matte shades. So it's one of those palettes that you always tend to reach for. Like today, I'm using 2 of these shades on my eyes, and then I'm using other shadows as well. I'm using the Pretty Grunge palette on my lid. I'm using this one in the crease. I'm using another palette that I'm going to share with you guys as well. It's one of those ones that I think you always tend to reach for when you're in a hurry, when you don't have time to kind of decide what to wear, what not to wear on your eyes. It's a very easily reachable palette because it contains shades that suits pretty much everybody. Also from Huda Beauty, specifically her GloWish range, she released these micro mini natural eyeshadow palettes, and the reason why they look so kind of simple is because they're natural eyeshadow palettes. You have to remember that the GloWish line itself is more for more natural makeup, more skin based makeup as well. Now, as much as I was a bit hesitant when I first bought them, I can't lie, I've used them all quite a bit, more so than I realized I would. For example, this one here, which is called Amethyst, which is this amethyst palette. I'm using 2 of these eyeshadows on my crease and on my lower lash line today, and then there's also the shade Moss for when I want more kind of subtle green looks on my eyes and not bright green, and then this one here called Clay, which is kind of more orangey peachy toned. Well, those are the shades that suit my skin tone the best, and the quality is great, very nice, soft and subtle, long wearing as well, and doesn't come off. Then the last eyeshadow palette I've got is this one here, which I got for a special deal from Boots on their £10 Tuesdays. This is the Pinker Times Ahead eyeshadow palette from Too Faced, and here you can see it basically contains lots of cute candy pastel colored shades. Quality of the mattes is really, really good, as is the shimmery shade, so I'm actually quite happy with this palette. All right, let's move on to the thing that I left the last on purpose because there is so much of it, lipsticks. Now, first off, this lip liner from Too Faced. This is their long wearing lip pencil in the shade Limitless Life. It's basically like a caramel brown shade. The only thing that I've never liked about this is that when you click it on the top, the pencil comes out here, but it can't ever go back in. However, the quality of it is excellent, nice and creamy, long wearing, long lasting, and works very nicely with a lot of more natural nudie toned brown sort of caramel based lipstick shades. Starting off with towards the beginning of the year, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Lip Blurs, I think that's what they're called. I bought 4 shades altogether and I've been steadily using them throughout the year. So these are very much like velvety kind of mousse type of lipsticks that have got the feel of a lipstick, however they've got a more blurring sort of effect, so it's supposed to be a little bit more subtle. Not that a lot of these colors are subtle. I got the shade Rose Blur, Ruby Blur, Pillow Talk Medium Blur, and Honey Blur, and I've done a review as well as lip swatches on all of these. These Maybelline Super Stay vinyl inks came out in the UK this year, even though they came out last year in the US, so I was only able to actually get my hands on them this year. And from the entire range of 10 nude lipsticks, these are the 5 that are my favorite. Again, I've got a review and lip swatches video on this in the shade Awestruck, which is a gorgeous kind of lilac-y mauve shade. We've got the shade Extra, which is basically a bright brown based red, gorgeous. The shade Keen, which is more of a brightened browny orange. The shade Peppy, which is like a terracotta kind of pale brown. And then we've got the shade Punchy, which is more of a neutral brown. I love these so much that some of them finished and I've already repurchased them. So some of these, they are actually my second liquid lipsticks. Long wearing, long lasting, glossy liquid lipsticks that don't bleed, don't feather, don't need retouching at all throughout the day. I have never had to retouch any of my Maybelline Super Stay vinyl inks because they do literally last up until you remove them at night. They stubbornly do not come off. I absolutely adore them and will continue to purchase these every single time they release new collections. The Fenty Beauty Velvet Liquid Lipsticks, again very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury ones. These are also very much intense pigmented shades which are like mousse type of lipsticks in that respect, that they don't have that same creaminess as normal lipsticks do. I've been using these throughout the year. Now they do come off, and so do the Charlotte Tilbury ones. They get onto everything. However, the pigment still manages to remain on the lips. At some point throughout the day, the colour will stop transferring and the lipstick is on your mouth, and it gives a really nice soft blur to the lips and it really smooths them out and it looks great, and I love all of them. I've got a review as well as lip swatches on all of these as well. The NYX Smooth Whip Matte Lip Creams are new to the UK this year. They came out in the US last year. I bought all 22 of them. I've done a full lip swatches video and review on all of them, and the ones that I use the most are these ones here. This one is in the shade Parfait, Latte Foam, remember the latte makeup trend, Teddy Fluff, Pillow Talk Fight, I love this, it's such a bright in your face colour, and then Cherry Cream, an everyday bright wearable red. And then following on from that, obviously again from the Barbie range, because the Barbie movie as well as Oppenheimer were one of the top movies of the year, the most popular. Every makeup brand out there was doing something to do with Barbie, and NYX also released their own Smooth Whip matte lip creams. I use these ones to death. I use them more than the other ones 100%. This is in the shade Perfect Day Pink, and this is Dream House Pink. This is very much a blue based pink, and this is very much a neutral toned pink. Absolutely gorgeous. Love the quality of them. Very happy with them. The Fenty Beauty Summertime Poutsicle Lip Stains. Following on from the success of the Poutsicle range last year, as in 2022, Fenty Beauty came out with 2 limited edition ones for the summer. This is in the shade Gem and I, and this is in Fuchsia Wife. Very, very bright lip stains. So once they go on, they are kind of half opaque, but once the glossiness wears off, it leaves a very obvious stain on the lips, which looks absolutely stunning. Beautiful for summer. It looks like you have been sucking on popsicles, which is the whole purpose of these kind of lipsticks. Absolutely love them. Got a review and lip swatches of these as well. Maybelline came out with a new Super Stay matte ink range called Mood Makers, but unfortunately only 4 colours came out in the UK, and obviously I have got all 4. I've done shorts videos of these where you can see me applying them to my lips. Just do a search on my channel. These are obviously, as Maybelline's liquid lipsticks always are, long wearing, long lasting matte. I would definitely say that these are a little bit more on the glossy than the matte side than the original line, which is a bit weird. However, they still perform beautifully, completely opaque, long wearing, and looked amazing. So my shades are in Energizer, is this bright orange. Harmonizer is this kind of terracotta red. De-stressor is this beautiful pink peach colour. And Optimist is this bright magenta pink. Absolutely love them. And last but not least, I think that's it, I've got some of the Too Faced Lady Bold lipsticks that were released this year. So if you remember, in 2022 they released the other bold lipsticks, whatever they're called, the chocolate range, which I've shown you guys so many times because I love them. So they came out with these Lady Bold ones this year. So basically they are very, very full coverage, creamy, opaque, long wearing. You only really need to touch them up once in the day. Very luxury kind of lipsticks. Even the quality of the packaging is magnetic and very luxurious. So I've got this shade here called Comeback Queen. I've done a shorts video doing lip swatches on all of these, so you can check them out. They're all great quality. This bright red one is actually called Lady Bold. Amazing color. We've got this one called I'm Thriving, which is like a peachy brown, and then Trailblazer, which is like a plummy brown color. Absolutely gorgeous, amazing, amazing. Love them, love all of these products that I shared with you guys. That was quite a lot of things, but in my mind it's a lot less than I bought in previous years, so I am getting better slowly. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe. Wishing you all love and joy and blessed things for 2024, and I'll see you all in the next video.